welcome to Tim's Workshop out here in the mini shed. Going to continue on with this 1965 vintage VW motor. We resolved the issues as far as what we found so far. I'm going to go over that with you. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, leave comments, hit the notification bell if you like. Give me a like, hit the old hand thing, and let your friends and family, and your doggies too, know about Tim's Workshop on my YouTube. Well, let's get going on this thing. As you see, I removed the heads because I had a leak from here to the head. So what I did is the gasket kit came with these stupid rings, and so they were leaking. I asked some folks about it and looked at videos, and I saw people putting these heads on and not putting any gaskets in between. So they said, no, there's nothing that goes in between here. Okay, should be able to put these on now, not have a leak. I'm cleaning these up. I discovered there's a little nick right here. I don't know if you can see it. This edge here, you need it nice and clean because that edge sits right here. So I got that all cleaned up and ready to go. This little nick here, I got to take a little file and file that off. A little bit more. Okay, that's nice and smooth. Just a little bit more right there. And then just kind of go around here and make sure that this is good and clean. I'm going to go around each one of these and make sure that they're good to go. And then next step is be putting these heads back on. I'm starting on number 3 and number 4 here. All right, so I got this this head all cleaned up. Let's get this thing up here. Got these cleaned up. I want to make sure they're marked good so I can see them. So let's get this started down. Okay. Okay, there's the line. Okay. Lift this up so it's in there. Like that. Okay. And then this one. Okay. And then this one. Okay. And then this one. Okay, there we go. All right, now rotate this back down so I can see these marks. See the black marks? There we go. Now we know the seams are pointing up. Just make sure these are in there good. Okay, with the bevel pointing up, that's the way I'm doing these. I don't see any point in having the bevel facing down when these things don't fit in any kind of radius at all. So we're going to put them up, get these nuts on, get them started anyway. I know you've seen this before, but just putting it on again. Hopefully this is the last time I put them on, other than going through and checking the head torque now and then, especially after running it for a while, because these heads do tend to loosen up over time. So you want to check these the torques on these things. Oh, it's raining outside. Pretty noisy in here. Well, not noisy, but you can hear it. That's what I'm saying. When I was a kid, my parents had a lake cabin, you know, and it had an open ceiling with the shingles, and it had logs, well, about this big around, logs. They used them as the frame of the ceiling, and then you can see the shingles up above it. It's like they used long cut shingles and they nailed them down over those logs, and that was your ceiling. So when it rained, it was loud in there. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, when you went to sleep, oh yeah, you went to sleep real good. Now just snug these down. Okay, then you go up here and do these the same way. Okay, now we're going to do the torque. The first torque on this is 7 foot-pounds. So let's get this all the way down to 7 foot-pounds. So there's 5, 6, 7. Okay, so start with one of these inside ones. There's 1. Two. Three. Okay. Then you go up top, do the same thing. And the inside ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go up to 23 foot-pounds. There's 20, 23. Okay. Now we're going to go crisscross. Start on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Check it one more time. 1. All right, so there we go. We're not going to put the push rods in yet. We're going to do the air test first on it. But before we do that, I want to get the other head on. You've seen all that, so we're going to get both heads on to this point, and then we're going to do the air test again. And this time, we're going to make sure that the gauge is going to go all the way up to 0. So we're going to make sure that air compressor's way past 100 on the pressure, and then we'll adjust it on the tool. We get the max amount of air pressure going on that, and then we'll test it and make sure where we're at on the leak test. And no matter what it is, we're going to go with it because I think it's going to be fine now. Is that a leaf? What in the world? I thought I had all that stuff cleaned up. What the heck is in here? I keep discovering stuff on this thing. What the heck? Well, that's metal. Where'd that come from? Gonna work on the next head. So I got this back together. We're gonna test the leak down on it. I turned up the compressor outside, so let's see if we can get it over to 0 on this thing before we hook it up to the cylinder. And then hopefully this thing doesn't spin on us. Okay, got it on 0. Let's see what happens. This thing might spin, I don't know. Let's see. Sure did. Well, we're going to have to do something different here because it spun. So let's see what we can do here. I took the cap off to get it at top dead center. We're going to have to hold this thing. Okay, try it again. Get this set back down to 0. It jumped up over. There we go. All right, here we go. Cylinder 1, it's in the green, 38%. We'll try cylinder 2 now. Okay, here we go. Okay. That one's really good. Way up there. Okay. Okay, we're going to do number 3 next. Now, rotate this around to number 3. Okay. All right, here we go. Crank this up. Oops, went the wrong way. Hook this up. Whoa! Excellent. Excellent. It's in the set area, in the blue. I might have to do number 1 again. Okay. Number 4. There we go. Right there. Plug this in. Oh, perfect. There's 1. Okay. 0. Hey, yeah, that first time I didn't have it hooked up right. So they're all in the blue. Success. Hey, also, you know that push rod I showed you that was 2 millimeters shorter than all the other push rods? I found one that's the right length for 10 bucks on eBay. So I just bought it. The guy's going to ship it to me. Hopefully it's not bent or anything like that. I know one thing is you can't run these with one push rod that's 2 millimeters shorter, because if you do, you're going to damage the engine. And guess what? This engine was damaged when I got it. They did a switch over on the push rods. I think it was 64 and earlier. They had a 286 millimeter length push rod on these things. And then when 1965 came along, they changed the rockers and the push rods, and the push rods are 2 millimeters longer, and that's what was on this engine, except for one. So in Germany, who knows, bad day at the factory, somebody wasn't paying attention, put one short push rod on, and then whoever was driving this thing around messed up that one cylinder. Takes a while, but eventually, yeah, it'll do some damage. So I don't know if that's what happened to this thing. I know it had one piston that was broke, you know, the ring broke and broke the piston. It could have overheated it. And that's why that happened. And it was just on one cylinder. But anyway, we fixed it. We're going to move on to putting this all back together. Yay! And you already saw me put it together once. So we're going to get it to the point where we were when we left off, and then we'll move on from there. I got the starter ordered, but they haven't shipped it yet. Hopefully it's not like the last one and I had to get a refund because they never shipped the thing. But this is a different supplier, so we'll see. We'll give them some time yet, see what happens. So that's it for this one. Hey, until next time, we'll see ya.